Alright, hey everybody, what's going on? This is Mike again with Below Average Blogger, and today I want to do a video where I'm answering a question that I get quite often in my comment section. So I post, not a whole lot, but I do post a lot of income reports and show kind of my progress through my blogging journey. And a question I get on almost every video is, hey bro, are Ezoic ads good? Are Ezoic ads worth it? Do you like Ezoic ads? Can I get accepted to Ezoic? And so there's a lot of questions around Ezoic. While I understand that the industry has some options out there as far as your ad revenue goes, there's not many that are good. And so I see people's hesitation, I see their frustration, and I see their concern. So I've now been on Ezoic ads a little over a year, and I wanted to just share my experience, let you know what I thought of Ezoic. First things first, this is not a paid endorsement. They did not reach out to me. I don't even think they know who I am. I just have had it on my site for 3 years. I mean, for over a year. I have 3 sites being hosted by them, and I've just had kind of a full circle of experience with Ezoic, and I figured I would share it with you guys and try to clear up some of that confusion around Ezoic ads, especially jumping into 2022 if you're thinking about monetizing your website and you have concerns or you just aren't really sure. Alright, so why do so many people even ask, are Ezoic ads worth it? Are Ezoic ads good? In fact, as you can see right here, I went onto Google and I just typed in are Ezoic ads, and I got auto suggestions from Google of, are Ezoic ads safe, are Ezoic ads legit, and are Ezoic ads effective? Those were the top 3 I got when searching Ezoic ads. So that tells me that a lot of people have those questions over other technical or monetization questions. They just want to know if this is safe and legit for their website. So why do people think this in general? How did this even come to be? Well, like you, when I first started blogging, I immediately started looking for monetization methods. And display ads are obviously a go-to if you're not an e-commerce person, if you're not drop shipping, you're just building content websites and relying on ad revenue with some affiliate commissions here and there. Well, then display ads are a big chunk of your revenue and probably your goal as far as you building your content website. Well, so I looked into it as well, and I found a bunch of forum posts and people talking on Reddit in areas where people were saying, it slowed my site down. If you use it, your site will become unbearably slow. It will become, so bogged down with code, and that the user experience will be so bad that no one's going to want to use the ads at all. And no one's going to want to use your website at all. And I thought, oh crap, I don't want to deal with that. So when I first started, I thought, well, Google AdSense will be safe and easy. I'll get Google AdSense. And so I did. And the pennies and 50 cents and dollar a days were trickling in here and there. If you actually look at my thumbnail for my channel, that little 32 cents or whatever it says right there is what I was earning a day. And so I did that for a little bit. Traffic started to pick up to a few thousand people a month. And I thought, well, I'm putting a lot of work into this. I want to make some money off of this. So I went ahead and reached out to Ezoic. And this is, like I said, over a year ago. And somebody got back in touch with me and said, hey, I see you are under 10,000 visitors a month, but we'll still bring you onto Ezoic. We like your site and what you're doing with it. Come aboard. And so I was nervous, but I wanted money. So I did it. And I went ahead and signed up for Ezoic and went through the process of, integrating my site, getting the Ezoic plugin and codes. There's just a lot that went into getting started. At least from my perspective as a brand new blogger, it felt a little overwhelming. In hindsight, it's not that big of a deal. And as you journey on through blogging, it won't be that big of a deal to you. But first week I had Ezoic ads. I saw the ads pop up on my site and I thought, oh, they're great. Well, I went and looked at it through an incognito tab. I went looking at it through a VPN, and the site was totally screwed up. The CSS, everything was jacked up on the site. It looked bad, and it looked like a site if you showed up to, you would immediately bounce out because the site was screwed up. And I thought, oh my God, the rumors are true. And I reached out to Ezoic, and to my shock, they immediately sent it to someone to take care of. That person emailed me within, a day maybe, and said, hey, your site's good to go. I went and checked it through multiple sources. It was good to go. That's kind of how I started with Ezoic. And since then, it's only gotten better. This isn't a sales pitch. It's just the reality. Ezoic continues to get better. Ezoic understands blogging and content websites are growing. The interest is growing. People's need in the consumer market is growing for these websites to answer these questions and solve problems people have. And so Ezoic understood I believe, I'm not sitting in their management meetings, I'm not an executive or board member, but I believe they got the feedback that their site was, their code was slowing websites down. It was getting a bad reputation, and they fixed it. They fixed it before I even came on board, because since I've been on there, I've not had any problems. Since I've been on there, I've had probably 300,000 visitors to my website over the last year and a half, and I had one email where somebody said, yo, you got too many ads on your site. Let's say that's the only email I got, but let's say that one person represents 100 other people who didn't email me. Okay, 100 people out of 300,000 were not happy with it. I'll take that all day long. The reality is, people show up, they get the info they need. People are used to ads on websites, and there's so many websites with way more intrusive ads. Ezoics are not bad at all. And then on top of that, you have these requirements to get into the bigger names, the more popular names, and frankly, I'll get into that later. But Ezoic understood there was a problem. They fixed it, and they are constantly sending out surveys looking for feedback. They're always looking to grow and scale. Ezoics, they're not living in the now, they're looking towards the future, and you can tell by the way they're building their programs and the services they keep injecting into the dashboard for all the users. It's getting more and more helpful, it's getting more and more useful, and I think that argument of it slows your site down to nothing is kind of a thing of the past. Now, you can let me know down below if it screwed your site up in the last 12 months. I'd like to know, I'd like to hear about it. So let's just go ahead and talk about some of the things Ezoic offers its users at no charge, and then I'll talk about some things like Ezoic Premium that do have a charge, but why it's still worth it. All right, number one, Site Speed Accelerator. So when I first joined Ezoic, about, I don't know, maybe 6 months into being on Ezoic, they started something called Site Speed Accelerator. And what this did is it was meant to replace all your plugins you have, like WP Rocket and whatever all those other ones are. There's so many plugins out there to speed up your website, but a lot of them can actually be more difficult to manage your website than helpful. Ezoic launched Site Speed Accelerator. It gave you some metrics of your website. It tells you where to improve it. You go ahead and make those improvements. And I've got a video right here. If you are confused about some of the more common ones, check this video right here, and it's helpful as far as how to get rid of some of those problems. But once you get rid of those problems, you can keep getting feedback on your website, and it gives you kind of a daily real-time score as far as speed, and you can check it obviously on Google Site Speed. This is something they give to their publishers for free. They don't charge you for Site Speed Accelerator. All the other good plugins out there that do speed up your website definitely do charge you. But Ezoic's already integrated with your website. It already knows how to speed things up, and it does a really good job at that, and it's a free service. In the world of blogging, everybody's handing you an affiliate code or a link or something they want you to buy to make you more money. This is something that does make you more money, and it's given to you for free. But let's back up 1 second. Does Ezoic require 10,000 visitors per month to be accepted to Ezoic? Previously, yes. Nowadays, no. So, if you're at that 1,000, 5,000, 7,000 and thinking you can't get onto Ezoic, you can get onto Ezoic. They've removed all of the traffic requirements. I think they understand if a site's going to grow, it's going to grow and the person's going to keep using it, and if it's not, they're probably going to give up and remove everything anyway, so what's the point of the 10,000 visitors as it is? It's just my opinion. I have no idea if that's what they think. All right, number two, big data analytics. I love big data analytics. This is basically Google Analytics on steroids. This gives you much better data. This gives you really deep information. You can look at your site. You can find holes in your content. You can find pages that are underperforming, overperforming, revenue. You can look at a lot of information in big data analytics, and it provides a service that, aside from Google Analytics, other companies out there for something more in depth are going to charge you for that. It's another free service Ezoic has, and it's been really helpful, and I use it almost every day. All right, number three is free hosting. Now, hosting is just nightmare for a lot of people. It's either expensive or it's cheap and slow, or people don't know where to start with hosting, and I get it. It's confusing, and when you're new to blogging, like everything else, it's all kind of a lot to navigate and figure out. I started many sites, as a lot of you guys know, and I took my 3 youngest sites that they don't even have ads on them. Well, one of them does. I take that back. 2 of them have ads, 1 does not. And I host them on Ezoic, and the hosting is fast. It's not had any problems. It's free, again, free hosting. Now, it's got some limitations. You can't set up a domain email through their hosting, but you get free hosting. And if you're not looking for people to reach out and email you directly through your website, then the email for your domain is not that big of a deal. But getting free hosting is a great deal, especially when you're trying to start this on a bootstrap budget. If you don't have any money to invest, go fire up a free WordPress site, throw a free theme on it, pay for your 1 month of hosting with somebody, go over to Ezoic and fire up Ezoic's hosting for free. It's very helpful, useful, and I've not had any problems with it. All right. The fourth one is success managers. Ezoic will assign an employee from Ezoic that probably has a caseload of publishers, and you'll be one of them. Now, they're not going to reach out and bug you, but they are going to check in from time to time. They're available if you need to email them about a question, concern, technical problem. And a lot of times, these people are very helpful, and it's just another feather in the hat of the tools you have when you work with Ezoic. People that can answer questions you may not be able to get answered, specifically technical questions. So it's very helpful to have those success managers and the people at Ezoic who work with you to help your site grow and you succeed more. All right, and number 5 is going to be Ezoic Premium. Now this is one people tend to get worked up over, right? Ezoic, let me start with what it is. If you don't know what it is, Ezoic Premium is a service that Ezoic will invite you to once you reach a certain number of visitors per month. Maybe it's 10,000, maybe it's 20,000, I don't remember. But when you get that email, it takes you to Ezoic Premium, which is just another tab in your dashboard. And based on how much traffic you're getting and how much revenue you're making, it will allow you to join one of their levels of Ezoic Premium, from 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and then diamond and platinum or whatever it goes up to. Here's the deal. This is where everyone gets upset. They will charge you a monthly fee to use it. For example, let's say, I'm going to throw out a round number out there. Let's say you're on the bottom plan and it costs you $80 a month to be a member of Ezoic Premium. Well, at first glance, you're going to say, well, geez, I'm only making $300 a month. Why would I spend $80 a month to get Ezoic Premium? Here's why. Because Ezoic Premium is going to pay you back each month 2 to 3 times what you've put into it. So you may put in 80 bucks, but you may make 160 in Ezoic Premium revenue. It's never lower than your monthly payment. I've never even seen mine close to what my monthly payment is. Every single month when I put that card on file and it debits that, for me it's $220, I'm always making back like $400 a month. So I'm always positive I spend $200 to be in Ezoic Premium, but then I net $200 profit at the end of the month. It's a return on investment I'll take forever. I pay in money, I get double back every 30 days. It's a no-brainer. Now what the Ezoic Premium does is it will inject higher paying advertisers on your website. You might get bigger, so you might go from some no-name companies or companies you're not familiar with to some big names, right? Like Toyota, or I can't even think of all the ones, but there's just going to be big Best Buy, Toyota, they're all going to be on there. So you're going to see bigger branded advertisers on your website. Lends more credibility to your website, higher revenue ad rates for you and Ezoic. Everybody wins. You do have a small monthly premium, but at the end of the month, you always make that back much more than you paid into it. So Ezoic Premium is an excellent upgrade to your site and an upgrade to your ad revenue. As you can see here, my ad revenue, the lighter green is Ezoic Standard, and the darker green on top of that is the Ezoic Premium rates. So just picture all those dark greens gone. I only would have made what's showing on the light green. You add in those Ezoic Premium numbers, and I made much more money with Ezoic Premium than I ever would have by not choosing to be in it. So it's up to you whether you want to spend that money. But at the end of the day, Ezoic Premium, in my opinion, is absolutely worth the investment every single month. So, all of this information, what does it lead to? Should you join Ezoic ads? If you're under 50,000 sessions a month, there's absolutely no reason why you should not be on Ezoic ads. Google AdSense might accept your site, but it's going to pay you pennies on the dollar of what you're going to see at Ezoic, at least from my experience. I'm sitting at EPMVs every single month of between 27 and $40-something a month, which are great EPMVs. And every single month, it pays me back. I do good on it. I've gotten one email out of 300,000 visitors that said they didn't like the ads, but you can't please everybody. That ratio is awesome. So, hope this was helpful. I hope this relieved a lot of anxiety that some of you may have about putting Ezoic ads on your website. Again, no one at Ezoic reached out to me. I have absolutely nothing to offer you in return for this. I saw the question come up so many times. I figured it would be helpful for you guys. And at this point, will I go to Mediavine at 50,000 sessions? Maybe. I'm not convinced at this point it's worth all the moving and logistics I need to do to maybe get a few dollars more EPMV. Now, if their EPMVs are double, well, then of course I'll go. But if they're very similar, I probably won't even change. But time will tell. We'll see. Everybody grows and changes over time, so who knows what will happen. Nonetheless, hope this was helpful. Get out there, write great content, make more money, and we will see you on the next one.